d'Athènes, because the Royal Academy of Belgium selects and funds one postdoctorate researcher for 3 years at the École Française d'Athènes. And so we are very committed into this institution. And personally, I have the great pleasure to share the scientific committee of the École Française d'Athènes. Finally, and I will be brief, I have to say, finally, the third reason is a more personal reason. As I said, I am an archaeologist, and I was directing an archaeological mission in Syria, in Apamea. And Apamea during the civil war in Syria was totally, completely, entirely looted. And it was really a disaster. It's not only a disaster for the goods, it is a disaster for history. Our history was stolen, as well as the pieces were looted. And so I am personally concerned by your fight. And I use the terminology, the military terminology you choose for your workshop today. I've noted this, advancing the fight against illicit trafficking of cultural goods. And indeed, it is a fight, and we have to fight. And I'm convinced that if we want to restrain the offer, and so the lootings, we have to restrain and to control severally the demand. And so we have to control all the market in our European capitals, and mainly Brussels, and everywhere in the world. We have to be strictly we upset by the regulations of the art market. So I thank you to be here. I thank you to fight against this illicit trafficking, and I wish you a very fruitful discussion, and I hope a successful fight. Thank you. Have a nice afternoon.
Thank you very much for your kind words. And if we are here today, it's because the European Commission decided some years ago to have a policy strategy about these important topics. So I'm very happy to give the floor to Christina Sarvani, who is a policy officer at the Directorate General Research and Innovation. And hopefully you will talk how ANCHISE is inside this strategy. Thank you very much. Christina, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, it seems a little bit more stressful than I thought. But don't worry. I think it's a reason to rush with my presentation. Good. I'm Christina Sarvani. I'm a policy officer in the Directorate General for Research and Innovation at the European Commission, and I'm working for the unit for democracy, equality, and culture. Though today I'm here with you in order to give you a short presentation and insights about the priorities on Cluster 2, and particularly under the Destination 2 for cultural heritage and cultural and creative industries, on how we aim to advance cultural heritage protection. So before I start with the specific priorities, I would like to see the slide. And apart from the slides, to say a few words about Horizon Europe, which is the funding program of Cluster 2, Culture, Creativity and Inclusive Society, is the EU key funding program for research and innovation with a total budget of 95.5 billion euro. And overall, this program aims to facilitate collaboration and strengthen the impact of research and innovation in developing, supporting, and implementing EU policies while tackling global challenges. It supports the creation of excellent knowledge technologies, and it aims to create jobs, boost economic growth, to promote industrial competitiveness, and optimize investment impact within a strengthened European research area. If we would have the slide, we would have seen the three pillars, but it's fine, unless I have to switch it.
No, you can switch that.
It's me.
No.
Okay. No, it's fine.
I think there was an issue with the slides, but sorry.
Okay, we can proceed. Okay. So it has basically Horizon Europe has three pillars. Cluster 2 belongs in the pillar 2 that consists of 6 clusters, and has only cluster 2 has particularly received 2.3 million euro and aims to strengthen democratic values, safeguarding our cultural heritage, and promoting socioeconomic transformations that contribute to inclusion and growth. In the second programming period that we are approaching, the cluster will continue fostering efforts to make Europe more resilient, more competitive, more inclusive and democratic. It will work within and with interdisciplinary approaches on measures for from preservation to a call to action and engagement. So Cluster 2 consists of 3 destinations, the second of which belongs to cultural heritage and the cultural and creative industries. It's the first time in a research and innovation framework program that there is a destination, an entire destination dedicated for cultural heritage and the cultural and creative industries research. And until today, the budget that was invested in this destination, it was almost 330 million euro, with focus on investments that aim to strengthen protection, restoration, promotion of cultural heritage, to realize the full potential of the cultural and creative industries and the arts, as well as to foster the innovation of cultural and creative industries, while investments, they also aim at fostering cohesion, inclusive growth, and assert European identity. Research aims also to focus on sustainable development and to foster jobs, increase skills, and of course, innovation. Wide participation is important for us, as well as cooperation, not only within the sector, but also with sectors outside of the spectrum of cultural heritage. Few things now about research and investments that focus on the protection of cultural heritage. And these mainly aim to identify strategies and innovative solutions, for adoption and protection of European cultural heritage and the cultural landscapes from climate change. They aim to develop a protection system to prevent damages to Europe's coastal and underwater cultural heritage. They also try to increase identification, traceability, and provenance research of the cultural goods, as well as to develop a set of tools to protect cultural heritage against illicit trafficking and looting. Investments focus also on solutions for safeguarding and monitoring of endangered heritage sites. and on solutions to protect cultural heritage linked to European traditional silk art legacy. As regards now the research and investments related to the safeguarding to the protection of artifacts and the cultural goods from anthropogenic threats, Cluster 2 in the first programming period has invested already 12 million euro, funding 3 projects that including, of course, one of them ANCHISE and the other 2 Aurora and Enigma, that by the end of their implementation, they should develop non-destructive methods and digital tools for the protection, identification, and traceability of cultural goods. I'm sorry. They should aim to contribute to the protection, tracing, restitution, and safeguarding, as well as provenance research of European endangered cultural heritage. They should produce evidence-based results to support the development, the deployment actually of preventative measures against looting and illicit trade of cultural goods. And they should also try to raise awareness, mobilize, and further strengthen cooperation among citizens, stakeholders, experts, policymakers, and all actors involved. There we are. We are one more, and one more. The next one. Yes. Okay. And so thank you very much for this. Then we go to the most important slide of the presentation. So we are on time, which is basically our recent publication on cultural heritage projects funded by the 2021 and 2022 calls. So here I would invite you to go to our website and go through, read through this booklet for more information related to not only ANCHISE, but also the other projects on the protection of cultural heritage and all the projects we have funded in general under cultural heritage and CCI's destination. And the next publication with projects from the 2023 calls will be published. It is aimed to be published, is planned to be published by end of May 2024. And then before I close my presentation, I would like to present you a last slide with the destination priorities for the next programming period 2025-2027. So I would like to say here that to mention that research and innovation investments will continue to promote cultural and creative industries and linguistic diversity, paying particular attention to regional specificities and cultural diversity. The area will explore also the relation between artistic expression, social inclusion, and well-being, particularly among vulnerable individuals, such as older people and population at risk of isolation. And in this context, we expect to see closer links between art, culture, and health. Additionally, investments will help to protect of course, cultural and linguistic heritage and landscapes from natural and man-made risks, and to foster also sustainable and innovative practices in cultural and creative industries. It will address people concerns and needs in areas like AI and other emerging technologies, while also aiming to capitalize on the positive possibilities brought by the artificial intelligence for the cultural and creative sectors. Effects and impacts and challenges will in relation to cultural heritage will also be examined. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I wish you good luck for the rest of the event and fruitful discussions. I'm looking forward to follow everything.
Thank you very much, Christina, for your nice words. And sorry once more for the non-perfect synchronization, but artificial intelligence starting from 2025. So today we're still working with humans and humans can fail. Christina has already introduced that we have two sister projects, Aurora and Enigma. We also have a parent that comes from the previous project. We are a big family. And of course, for keeping the family in the right order, we need a mentor, somebody that help us to synchronize our activities, to supervise. And Rodrigo, Martín Galán, the project officer as the research executive agency, is playing this role. So thank you very much, Rodrigo, for this active presentation. Now the floor is yours for the introduction.
Thank you. As he said, I am the project officer in the Research Executive Agency of the European Commission. I am the representative of the EU who is going to accompany the projects through their trip to the success, which is a promise from all the dreams they have and they wish to accomplish. I would like to say also, after I heard Didier, that it's also personal for me, because I was working with him in Palais a long time ago when we were young and beautiful, many, many years ago. So yeah, he said what happens to Apamea, and not only Apamea, but many other places in Syria that we knew that we were working together. So it's also personal for many of us to contribute to this work. So I would say that when one works in cultural heritage, you know how important it is to fight against illicit traffic. You know that illicit traffic happens in the EU and beyond the EU. You know that the destruction of cultural heritage in Iraq, Syria, North Africa, even in Afghanistan, is dramatic also for European history. We do not need to explain here why. No need to explain how important are Mesopotamian or Syrian heritage, for instance, to understand the origins of European civilization. But when you start working with colleagues in different EU directorate generals or with specialists in other fields, then you go beyond your love for history and you discover further implications. You discover how illicit traffic is supporting money laundering, terrorism, dictatorial regimes, and mafias. So, therefore, it's paramount to work together in a multidisciplinary way. So, in the Research Executive Agency, we are managing 3 projects that have been launched by the RTD program Horizon Europe. These 3 projects are ANCHISE, Aurora, and Enigma. And together, they cover a variety of multidisciplinary fields, from archaeology, high technology, or law, just to mention some of them. So we are also encouraging them to cooperate with other projects besides the 2 sister projects that I mentioned. So if we join all the efforts from many disciplines, we will be able to make a big advance in our fight against illicit traffic. The 3 projects that Christina mentions are ANCHISE, which is coordinated by the École Française d'Athènes, Aurora, which is coordinated by Aval SPA Italy, and Enigma, which is coordinated by the Aristoteles University of Thessaloniki. So from the multidisciplinary approach, altogether, we will be able to do big steps against illicit traffic, which is our common object. Thank you.